you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to start painting this beautiful cute sleepy cat, and the color that we need is the color of background, which is light and dark blue, and we can make the color light by white color. We have already cobalt, we have white color, and then we can mix them for this light part, and for the darkness we can use cobalt blue and the brown to make it a little bit more strong and warmer. Our cat skin tone is like the dark brown, yellow ochre, and I see some reddish brown as well. This is burnt sienna, and lots of white here we see, and then for the nose and mouth a nice pinky tone. So let's start for drawing and then we focus on painting later. Let me put this aside. So I take my brush. I'm going to start a simple quick drawing by brown color, just a brown. Our cute cat, it's better to be like a square, but if you have just like a rectangle canvas would be okay. So I add a little bit more space on the top part and a little bit less for the bottom part, and try to place it to the center. So I imagine the faces look like an oval shape, so I try to draw a simple oval shape here, and imagine this is a face. Then I'm going to add like a simple triangle shape as the ears. One is placed here on the top, the other is placed here with nice movement, like angle. It's like this way. And then this is the back of the cat, and I'm not fixing the features. I just mentioned about the hand, and it's from this part of the chin, go there, and the bottom part of the hand is somewhere like here. We can make it a little bit come down and up to make it more look like the real one, and then this part of the hand is lovely to come under the chin, and then these are the place of fingers. This is whole simple shape drawing of our cat. So we have more space here and here, and if it was a square we can just remove this space and focus main part of our cat. So the other things that I would like to mention is about the face. And if you see, it's like a sleepy cat and everything is close together. So the place of eyes close to the nose and a little bit toward the mouth. So I'm going to place the eyes here a little bit close to the center of this oval and draw one line like that in angle. So these are the place of each eyes. I have more space on the top part, or even the right side, and less space on the left side. So this is the place of nose. It looks like a simple triangle shape. We make it accurate later. And the mouth is easy, just one C curve here and there. So this is our simple shape of our cat. Now for the next part, I'm going to start apply with the background color to finish that, and then move on to work on our cat. So the background is first of all light and dark. I want to take a little bit blue. This is a cobalt blue. I take a little bit brown. Try to mix them together. These colors give me darker tone. This mixture, we can make the colors darker by black or brown. Brown a little bit more warm. And I just clean it by napkin or rag. Take some blue again, bring it here, more blue. And now I'm going to mix with the white color. The amount of white, it depends on how much you want to have the lighter tone. So this is lighter blue, and we can use the pure blue as well. So these three colors are great for our background. And if we want to have a little bit more lighter, we can add just a pure white color on top. So let me apply. I'm going to start with just a pure color first and start back and forth on top of the canvas, and then center actually on the center, and try to take heavy paint to cover everything easily. And then from this center I move on with the darker tone on right side and try to bring it toward the pure blue and give me a nice blending. Around the ears, even when you're not happy with one part of the features, you can always fix the drawing, and this is the good part. Get the good time actually for fixing the shape. And then move on top of the head more. I'm not adding any water, I try to use with heavy paint, and then move on with the lighter tone here. And all when I adding the light and dark, it come on a pure blue color, and it give us beautiful result of the bluey tone. With heavy paint I try to back and forth, even pure blue, and let it mix into each other. Even right away we can bring the brown as well. We can mix the colors on palette or we can mix on a paper, both are fine, or canvas actually. Now I have warm and cool color beside each other, which is so lovely. Move on more with the light tone. On top of the ear. Just randomly back and forth with brush stroke. And then move down a little bit with the same color, lighter tone. Between the face and hand, we can cover it by this nice color. More blue and white. So here is good place to leave the blue alone. We need to add another color to show that he's laying down somewhere. And now I would like to make some movement, light movement here that shows a texture on top. So it's going to start a little bit get dry with palette knife. You can do it by brush or you can do it by palette knife, both are okay. I try to show you by palette knife, so try to do like this. We have some paint on top and try to cover it. When it's not completely dry, it gives us a nice texture like that. Randomly, very gently you can add on top, and you don't have to pressure. Just back of the palette knife, cover it with tone, and very gently touch the surface of canvas and give us a nice texture like that here. We can do the same by brush, but it has to be dry brush stroke. So I prefer to do this nice movement with palette knife. Give me some cool movement and texture on top. And I try to spread everywhere, even here. like this. So now you can see this beautiful texture that we can make on top of the background with this dry brush stroke or dry palette knife stroke. Even if you would like to have a little bit lighter, like this part, you can bring it a pure white color, just spread into the surface, take it with this back of palette knife and come on top with more brush or palette knife stroke randomly, very gently add it here, like that. So I leave it get dry, we can move on the other part. Now for this section, which is the place that shows our cat is laying down, it's a creamy brownie color, so I take white color, I try to make it a little bit creamy with the brown, and we have a little lighter tone to be, we need to add a little more white. So this is a nice creamy color, we use this one, pure white, and then the brown color. So I'm going to wash the brush and wipe it with napkin. Start apply with this color. Always try to use heavy paint, which is so lovely and give you a nice result, because easily can cover the white of canvas. I'm coming closer to the body. It depends if you work with more heavy paint. This space get a little, actually more heavy paint and something like a rectangle shape of canvas, so we have more space on the bottom and the top part. But if it's a square, it's okay, we have very less part of the background and like this floor or any ground anywhere that the cat lay down. So I take the pure brown here, I lay down under the hand, try to add a little darker tone to cover it, back and forth with more darkness. And under each part, even under each bump that we have, try to add more darker tone. And leave it get dry. So everything is ready. We can apply to the face all these three colors, which is lighter tone or pure of these colors, and even on top we need to apply with the white color. So just add a little more white. I would like to make it a little more easier than the things we see. It's so confusing when you see lots of punch color, colorful face. We can start with one medium color, like this color, this brownie color. It's easier to start most of the part with this creamy tone that we prepare for our cat. Here. And then I try to see a little, I can see a little bit reddish tone here, so I add a reddish color on the other way. If you see any white color, which is visible on this part, we'll do little later. Even the white color I try to add later. So more with the creamy color, try to cover it randomly. Section by section is easier, so we can focus on the face, then ears, then the bottom of the face. Even you can hide the eyes, it's okay. I see lots of reddish tone here. We can randomly apply with this reddish color, reddish brownish, with heavy paint. Very lovely result. So little by little we build the face. Even on some part we see a little darker tone, so at the same time I apply with darker tone because it's blend into the light tone and disappear this sharp dark color. We don't need to see lots of sharp and dark color on top. Even we have a little bit here, just randomly, and sometimes if you feel not happy with, you can bring back with the lighter tone. So we can back and forth and fix everything. Like that. And I try to add a little bit here. I just try to keep it be heavy. I'm not blend a lot, I'm not clean it a lot. I just try to make it heavy because of the fairy hair that animal has. So I'm going to continue with the ears with the same color. Come down with heavy paint. If you are not comfortable with heavy paint, it's okay to start with just a bit more blending, but it's better because of this style that our cat has. It's better to make it more like a heavy texture. Even I try to add a little bit darkness inside the ear, take inside the darkness here, and you see I'm not perfect in that. I try to just put the brown color inside the ears and wait to get dry everything. So a little bit more fairy hair I try to make here on one side, and even a little bit here. I have more darkness on the right side of the face, so I'm going to take a little bit dark here and let it mix with the other colors like that. And even close to the nose a little bit darker tone, just with the brush stroke, heavy brush stroke. And we have more lighter tone when we are close to the mouth. Randomly I'm going to add different tone here. but close to the mouth I'm going a little lighter, in some case a little orangey tone or reddish brown. Actually reddish brown move us sometimes with the orange. Even under the mouth, more of this color. That's the base color, so we just use a lots of this mixture, which is white and dark brown, and then we can apply more with the others on top. So even here it's not much browny. I bring some feeling of reddish brown, even a little bit, just a pure reddish brown we can apply, and that a lighter color. And just it's like a playing back and forth, back and forth. Here supposed to be darker, so I clean my brush very well with the pure brown. I'm going to separate this part from the rest, form and shape the chin a little like that, because this is the edge and I try to make it a little darker to shape it. Form like that, bring it higher. This is the face, and then the rest I move on to the back. So, and I'm not wait everything get dry directly. I can move on with the pure white color, and we have some more white color here. Just try to add here, and a little bit brush stroke with the white here, because the reason I do it right now, under it the base is wet, and when I bring the white on top they can blend very well together. Sometimes nice result happen, which is lovely. And a little bit on top of the eye. Here I can add, here the line, a little bit here the line, here actually. Just heavy paint around the eyes, shape and form it like that, on top of the ear, one brush stroke. When I bring the next color, which is the white, I try to be a little bit gently, not pressure a lot. Even here a little lighter, so if they mix together would be okay. So that's enough. I don't want to lose the darkness actually. Sometimes it's better to keep the darkness. I lose here, sorry. I need to bring it back. Okay. Like that. After everything get dry, when we add the black color of brown, it more dark, it more come out and be visible. Okay, now for the body, which is a little darker, I'm going to start mixing a little bit more brown with the white. This is more brown it has, and then try to apply here, try to apply on top. A little bit reddish brown I'm going to add. Just play with different colors to make the body interesting. A little bit yellow ochre with, oh no, it's too much yellow. I just go with reddish brown, little white. That's more interesting. And try to cover on top. So a little bit here. It's covered, the dark color would be fine. I'm going back with the white color, sorry, with the dark color later. And cover the body more with this creamy color to cover it. And a little bit this light color I mix yellow ochre, but I am not happy to use it a lot. Just a little under the face, a little bit, maybe around the nose, just a touch on top, a little bit here. That's fine, not much. It's better not to use a lot. This make the color not interesting. So I prefer more with the creamy brownie than the yellowy ochre. Sometimes it's nice, not always. And I'm going to add this tone here. This tone here. So everything is covered by one value. I need more white color to bring, so add more white. Here I'm going to add more lighter tone. I prefer to have more bigger size in a hand. I think his hand is not small, so a little bit make it more bigger on a shape. Here, reddish brown. Randomly add. I'm just play with this color. I'm just adding more and more interesting tone on the body. Make it small, make it big some part. I think it's okay to be like that. And then more pure white color. I bring it on top of each part of the finger. Interesting to have more lighter tone. Even here, very gently I try to add, and even the other side here I try to add. I'm going with heavy texture, so it takes time to dry, but it's fine. A little bit here, and then more reddish brown I see here I have. And a little lighter tone here I have, so more pure white. Okay, that's whole the body part. And clean the brush by napkin. We have brown to add more around. I try to shape it more here with this dark brown. And I'm going to add a little bit here and a little bit here under the cheek and under each finger. Even when it's wet, you can just touch with the brush, with the tip of brush, and let this tone sit on top. Under each finger should be really dark to show the shadow that it's laid on somewhere. And it's better to go with a really dark tone and try to make it interesting. It shows that this is the shadow under the body, and even with just a movement like that to show the brush stroke, just make a texture here. Even with blue and brown, make some like that. Okay, so a little bit movement of the body, it's like liney. I'm going to randomly make something like this interesting. And even dark brown here. We still need more brown. Okay. Some brush stroke like that under each part of the finger we have. Make it a little dark. Okay, that's interesting. I'm happy with it now. Better not to overwork. Sometimes I told, but work and work and work and happen like overwork on it, so I can leave it like that. So That's fine. Now I would like to move on a little bit on a feature, so the face, which is the main part. A little dark color here on inside this ear. Okay. So with the flat, actually we leave the flat brush. We need to have round and pointy brush. That's the good one. I can show you the details on the face. So we need to add the eyes, nose and mouth. So for these features and even the whiskers and then this hairy line, we need a little bit narrow line to apply for that. So let me apply with this. I just see some like fixing this shape a little more would be more interesting. One movement here, and the dark tone inside is nice to have. Yep, I just back and forth with the colors. Okay, so with the pure black color, start drawing the shape of eye. I'm going to start one line here, a little bit line here, thicker, then come down close to the nose. The other eye with the same angle, not to lose the shape. This tiny line, come here, a little bit, go to the stance. And yeah, the nose is more pinky, but the hole is just a black. I am going with the hole a little bit, and then this line to shape the mouth. The mouth is so narrow, tiny, so it just nice C curve here. Can come inside a little more with the brown. And the other side a little bit comes down, straight more. And it disappears on this white part. And inside the mouth is pinky. And this is the under mouth. And I just mix these colors together a little bit for under his eyes, make it a little bit browny, darker, like that. And even we can draw for the nose, but it's okay, I can go with the orangey tone for the nose and mouth. So let me check with that. Okay, now I'm going to mix a little white with the red to reach pinky color. Even when we add this yellow ochre into that, it move toward like warm pink, which is lovely, like a peachy tone. And start with the nice line on top. Come inside. So we can add a little bit maybe red around. Sometimes it's not very light pink. It's nice to have a little bit reddish color around to bring it down, more visible the whole. And then for the mouth as well, for the mouth I'm going to start add a red here inside, like a nice and tiny triangle. And the other things we need to apply, it's a little bit browny tone around the face, around the nose. I just make it a little darker, form and shape here. This is helpful to shape the nose. With a tiny touch of shadow. And then even here disappear to the rest. So when I want to add the whiskers, I need a little bit, like a tiny dot. I'm going to add with the dark brown, something like that. It doesn't need to be really hard and be visible. Even you can go with a creamy tone, might be better. Yeah, better than dark brown. So this is good for the whiskers. Even I add some more brush stroke here to hide this mouth. And even for the nose, I add a little bit brown on top. Like that. So I think a little dark I am. And then with the white, make it lighter. So if I want to make the whiskers, now I just go with the really heavy paint everywhere. If I want to draw the whiskers, I need to make light color and so liney. So I need to add a drop of water into the paint and make a little bit this creamy white color be loose and light, and even watery brush stroke, because this tip of brush easier can move. And start to straight, take the brush like that, one side, go up, just one time. I'm not adding 2 times to fix the shape. It's better to be so watery, and it's better to use pointy brush stroke to draw gently one line. And it's easier to let it dry everything, put your hand on a paper or canvas like that, straight toward that, and control your hand to do just one time. It's better not to repeat it randomly. It's better to just happen once, and even better to be dry, because when it's wet, the white color can mix with the rest of the color and yeah, mix together, and they don't give us a nice line. Even here I'm going to add randomly the whiskers. From here I'm going to add, oh, it's too wet. Here is dry. Some part is dry, some part is wet. So because of limited time, I have to draw one by one. But if you have time, please leave it the background, the base of the painting get dry, and then add this whiskers on top. That's really better. And even you can make some like a fairy hair on top everywhere. Bring it out, play with this, because it's not a clean line. It looks like the fairy hair around. And I try to make the edges a little bit look like this fairy hair. Even a little dry stroke here we can add. Then here actually for the ears. So yeah, I think that's enough. We don't need to overwork on this. We already have everything. Maybe a little bit lighter tone around the eyes. That's interesting. Even pure white color on this part randomly, or you can blend some part. Here we have some light, here we have, and even here we have. I think we are okay with this. It's interesting. If we follow with the shape, we can say that would be great. And for this edge of the face, I try to make it a little bit fat. I think it's nice. Yeah, that's so cute and lovely, and we finished with it. So I hope you enjoy, and again, thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you again for another painting. Bye for now.